Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of It's a Progressive World, a lighthearted podcast about everything and nothing. As always, you can find timestamps down below, and please like and subscribe. All right, Sam, we have a lot of, it's been, I think, 2 good weeks pretty much. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff again, content-wise, fun stuff to watch, talk about.
By good weeks, you mean like in terms of because our views haven't changed
No,
like at all. No, no, but
no,
yeah,
I was referring to like things to talk
just our
about, like
own
funny
pleasure.
things. Yeah. Because I
No,
was
no.
surprised we had so much for today because we only recorded 2 days ago, but came
Yes,
across some funny stuff.
I mean, yeah, this was a kind of a fruitful 2 days, I feel. And again, we have to
To
start by
read, yeah.
thanking Anna Kasparian, like all just fantastic online
But
personalities, Anna
everybody, as you
Kasparian
can
and
see
Andrew
here,
Tate.
they put in, yeah, they put in the work. I don't.
Yeah, yeah. I was yeah, I was gonna say actually though, even though there is the whole Anna Kasparian thing and there's a picture of Nina Turner there, it's a very heavy sort of. I have to warn the ladies. I have to warn you, this is very heavy testosterone episode. There's a lot of testosterone gonna be thrown around this podcast. Um, there's a big. I I don't want to say our boy about Netanyahu, but he's almost after this interview. I feel like he should be one of our boys. I feel so bad for him after the interview he did with Lex Friedman. If only he wasn't racist. But we're gonna discuss his interview with Lex Friedman, Nina Turner's uh, media career, just going from one great thing to another achievement. Uh, Another media figure, Tucker Carlson, discussing men and masculinity and truth telling and Matrix. And what a fucking freaks they are. Just two freaks, just freaks of nature. Just, I mean, it's unbelievable. But, and there were also this, we will talking of shows with very low views. I'm referring to Nina Turner. There was also NATO, which nobody watched and nobody cared about, but the geopolitical world really like was, oh, we need to. They covered it a lot. It was fun
Really
if you're
interesting.
into that. Yeah, it was fun. And as you can see, there was a bit of a tension. There was a bit of a drama at the NATO. It's you should look at NATO kind of is like the yearly, not a prom night, but sort of like a reunion. You come in, you hang out, and there was a bit of a drama, so that was nice. Surprise. Well, I don't know if surprising, but it was nice.
Yeah, yeah, no, I haven't been following any of that, so that sounds really
But
good.
yeah, yeah, it's so man. I mean, the highlighted show hopefully will be the questioning that Mr. Netanyahu received from Lex
Oh,
Friedman. I mean, the,
man,
the grilling.
I don't want to end up ever
Sorry,
in a room with Lex Friedman. We might
no.
end up hooking up. I don't know. He's like sweet talking me softly right in my
uh,
face at a bar.
no, yeah,
No,
it's
but
just a
what do
smelly
you do to
scratching.
happiness? Do you think if the two of us were, I'm not doing good impression, but he talks. I mean, I've only seen him twice now, and he has just such a soft tone. Like one of these, I don't know, maybe if you buy a book about mental health or something. I don't know.
No, no, I actually this interview with Nathaniel, man, there's a part where they talk about karate and martial arts and all that stuff, and he's like, as you know, uh, it's much more than combat. It's about journey of humility, journey to. It's just he was the guy who would have been the karate teacher in your like area, and he would have a karate school. Like, no, man, karate is about controlling. He's black belt in something. I've heard.
Yeah. Well,
You know
sorry.
what? Or
Okay, sorry about that. But before we turn to Lex Friedman, Bible people
are
rang the bell. And it's so funny.
you kidding?
Yeah, no, the lady started talking to me in Spanish first, and I'm like,
Oh,
I don't understand because I guess look smart. She looked at the name on the door, and since my wife has her dad's name in there, Portuguese. So, and
ah,
then the other
mm,
person switched to me in French, and I'm like, yeah, I speak French. She's like, but she just went right away to the Bible. She's like, oh, I want to talk to you about the Bible. I was like, oh. No. So I mean, I guess she
Yeah,
was
man.
straightforward. I should appreciate.
I mean, I mean, has there been experience where they try to trick you into? No, I want to talk to you about Batman,
No, no,
but
like a
then like
slightly
they
longer
bring out Bible.
conversation. I don't know. Like she just went like, yeah, here
Fair
talking to
enough.
all the
No,
neighbors about Bible. Yeah, but you know,
I remember.
last thing about
Mm.
this in the in Geneva, like this main station here, there's this one lady, and I mean, you know, back I haven't been, I don't pass by there, but before when I used to go to a few years ago at 7:30, 8, almost like from like very early in the morning, like 6, 9, she would stand there and like to promote Bible in the church, but she wouldn't talk to anyone. She would just stand there, like she wouldn't like ever approach you. So if you approached her, she would
Did
talk
she
to
have
you.
leaflets or
Yeah, yeah,
something,
yeah.
or?
She had leaflets, but she would just stand there,
Okay, thank
like
God. I
quietly.
thought
Yeah.
you said no, no, but that would be without leaflets. Just somebody on the corner, just staring people
Yeah, I
down.
don't know. Yeah.
Just, do you want to know about Christianity? Shh, shh.
But man, day
No,
in, day out, imagine caring for something in such a way that for free you go in the I guess she gets some kind of pleasure or like, you know, dopamine release or something.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, yeah, they get some sort of satisfaction. But I mean, look, I've come to. I mean, I don't know. Come to respect the sort of religious traditions somewhat compared to
Knocking on people's door.
how I was in, but these like the lay
Yeah.
person that is religious, just so weird. Yeah, I agree. It's just
No, but I'm
I
talking
I
about that kind of level of commitment, you know?
exactly. That's like I understand those guys who pretend like the bishops and the mullahs and all that, but the people who are
Oh no, but
actually
that's also
believers.
their profession too. Like that's much more
Yeah,
understandable.
yeah,
Like
exactly. That's how they make money. So it's like yeah,
okay,
really, but
that explains.
yeah,
Hey, other
I
people, you
mean.
don't judge them on their jobs. Now that I think about it, we shouldn't be
Yeah,
judging
exactly. We
priests.
shouldn't be judging. I've recently, that was a
Listen, it's just
recent,
my job, okay? From 9 to 5, I have to come here, preach. You have to meet me outside of work hours.
it's,
I'm
no,
a
no, it's
different man.
kind of, I mean, it's, they have a very difficult job. It's kind of like being a magician because you have to, outside of your work,
Yeah,
also
true.
keep
Yeah,
the
no.
pretense. You know, it's like, no, I can't talk about that, really. It's trade secrets, guys. I've signed an NDA with God. God said I can't say that. So yeah, it's no, that's what I realized. For years I've been hating on people who were just basically, look, man, we like they were just earning your money, and I was wrong, to be honest. So yeah, yeah, but yeah, those the people who do it out of devotion to the sky god itself or something. It's yeah, that's unbelievable. That is, you know, one time in the UK they knocked at my door, but it
Mm,
wasn't some psychotic sort of Jehovah's Witness or Mormons or
yeah.
anything like that. It was like some Anglican sort of British sort of local church, and it was a really really old white lady,
Yeah, of
and she
course.
was just. And I opened the door, and she just looked at me, and she had the leaflet. I was like, yes, and she was like, ah. I mean, it was clear that she kind of didn't want to waste the leaflet on me. It was, she was, there's a church, but I do want this. I don't think you want this. I mean, I don't know. So
Geneva.
yeah, yeah, she was, those ones, she seemed more like just letting the area know about there's a new hangout for the old people.
Awareness raising.
Yeah, yeah. But, yeah.
But
So
yeah,
yeah, we're gonna see the Lex Friedman interview. Did you watch any of Nina Turner's show during the last
no.
year or so that it was on? No,
No, and I mean, given the number of views, I guess it explains.
I
Because
don't think
I
anybody
would
has.
no, they would have felt my true views.
Yeah.
They were, something's happening, guys. I think it's picking up.
There is a spike in Geneva, a region. For some reason, you are connecting to Swiss people. Let's cover Swiss issues.
No, but
Yeah,
like
well,
honestly, on Twitter, I mean, every time I see her tweets, I'm like, she's the laziest tweeter out there. Like she'll put like 3 words, like the most like three. Yeah, she'll be like, "That's the thing." I mean, come on, put some
I
effort.
sometimes I don't know, man. She's like she's like those guys at the stadium. What are they called? The fan leaders or whatever. You know? Yeah, she like knows 3, 4 main like, oh,
Yeah.
poor people should be equal to
Yeah.
rich people. And you're okay,
And what
yeah,
was her
sure.
slogan? I'm unbossed because I'm bossed, or what? Like she had like a saying where the word unbossed rhymed with something else.
I no, it has the same way. I don't think it was on bus related. I think it was like I don't know. I don't remember. But I'm sure. But the irony, by the way, that now that she has left the unbossed, she's actually unbossed again.
Did you read that somewhere? I read that or somewhere
No,
and I laughed my ass
no,
off. You
that was
didn't
me.
come up with it, no.
I messaged you. That was me. You read it from my message. I do my jokes in advance.
Are you sure? I saw it somewhere else too.
This is really okay. People, if this is gonna lead to controversy, I have a screenshot. Okay, there are not enough comedians who watch Nina Turner to have made the joke before I have. Okay.
Fair enough. It's a good one though.
Yeah. Well,
she's going
if
back
I
on
hadn't
the
gotten
road.
angry.
I mean, like, honestly, that's like, you mean you're going homeless?
She's becoming a TYT guest sort of contributor, as she mentioned on a tweet, which basically means there's a good chance she's gonna disappear very soon, forever. She's complete.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
anyways,
but yeah, her show
before
is shit.
before going on though, have you heard about this thing called the Skibidi toilets?
No.
Google them just before we end the tweet. That's my cultural that's man, go to images, yeah. I mean, I really highly recommend watching these videos. My nephew is obsessed with them, as are like millions of children. I don't know if they're like copyrighted. I don't think they are actually. But watch. This is that's it, by the way. Like
this is awesome.
It's it becomes a war thing.
What the heck is going on? What the heck?
What the heck is going on
Okay.
No, this is too good.
I think Camille may happen. I didn't think this is gonna happen, but Camille is gone now. He's a part of the Skibidi fandom. Man, it's huge. Like one of the latest like episode or something they released within a day got like 20 million views, and it's you didn't see the later ones. There are these camera head people that fight the Skibidi toilets, and like my nephew keeps watching them, and it's huge with kids, and I have to say it is fascinating. You can't take your eyes off of it for some reason.
The music and stuff is so catchy, and he looks so funny in there, like the way he is.
It's like a car accident kind of a funny though. Like
that was amazing.
Really, yeah, but that's the like latest TV show. I watched like 3 seasons of that, so that was good. Like each season is 5 minutes. So
yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But okay, should we go to a little bit of Anna leftover?
Of course.
Alrighty, Sam, let's move on to Ben Burgis. Well, I gave it away. Anna Kasparian, Ben Burgis. But were you eating olives there, just quickly? Or dates?
Why do you ask?
I'm just curious.
No, cherries, sweet cherries.
Cherries. Okay, nice.
Cherry
nice.
Season.
Oh, yeah, true. Wow, beautiful. Those are very nice ones.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. Did you try to...
you have access to cherries in Switzerland? Or?
Probably. Yeah, for sure. I mean, probably not as good, but yeah.
Okay.
Especially if you look around. But did you try
Feels
to
like
kill
you
me
haven't
with this
seen
video?
I
Did you
tried
send me
to kill
did
you.
you try to get rid of me,
This was
take over the whole channel by yourself?
Look, I've been
Kill
trying
your
to get rid of
brother.
you.
I
I
think
want to do
Ben
a solo
Burgis killed a few
experiment.
people in the comment section. I was reading a few people passed away.
What?
Man, my take on this video is the entire comment section.
Oh, that
Or
it's
what I found the
attempted
most
murder, or
interesting.
what was the to be honest, that was the I mean, I'm going with your joke because this was in our back and forth. You were like, oh, this is like I'm what's the take is that it's very boring. It
Yeah,
was
no,
very
man.
convoluted.
As
I
this
really
person
don't
say,
understand what is he saying.
oh yeah,
Mm.
I think Ben just more. I mean,
Oh.
bad thing, but
Is
anyway,
it
yeah,
boring or
he
long or what is the is it
there we go. Is this participatory or is it just for Ben to state Anna's case? There are 4 people here. If you were just listening to the audio for 33 minutes, you wouldn't have known that.
oh only
Like he
but I
talked for
think
30 minutes
it's cut
straight
though.
saying nonsense.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's 30 minutes. I was gonna say it's cut. So maybe like people were you know
Bro,
what I mean? Like
this
when you
guy
cut a
gets a
video because
word in
somebody
around
is
the 20th
yeah,
minute,
yeah,
like
that
so.
yeah, this guy and
This
then he's
guy,
out.
yeah,
Within a
and then
minute,
he
he's
cuts
out.
him off.
Yeah.
He cuts him off.
No, but this is I mean he's
I
a
mean, I don't
philosophy
even know what the
professor, so I
position
don't
or
know what you
anything.
want.
No, did you hear that part where he said when I used to be a philosophy teacher before being a podcaster? I think he meant like, I sure hope he still is a
Six.
philosophy professor.
No, he's from what I understand, he's no, but he isn't. No, but that's like what you get with them. Like, I mean, I expected this, I suppose. Wasn't so surprised, but about the. I mean, you
But
look angry at me. You look
no,
pissed
but the
off.
comments though,
You're
they're
like,
also
you're
pissed
doing
off at
this
her.
now.
No. But the comment section, they're also pissed off with him because I think he's taking Anna's side. Therefore,
Anna's side, yeah.
yeah. But putting that, I mean, I don't even know. The only reason I know he's taking Anna's side is because he wrote here.
Yeah, because
Don't cancel
people,
Anna. And even that,
yeah, because
it's
people
way too
clarify.
premature. Nobody's canceling her, and people write. But yeah, that was
Yeah,
just
nobody's canceling her. And yeah, I mean, look, at the same, I mean, I put this video and I put the other video as well. Go to the other one. I think it was Sublation Media. Because, man, it's so funny because from like I'm telling this was her plan though. Like this is look how much content it's
yeah.
producing for the left. Everybody's making videos
Man,
about
even
it.
look at this. Is
Even
this like
Sublation Media.
is this like one of the wait no.
Their biggest clicks, I think, biggest, what do you call them, biggest largest
Most
viewerships they had
viewed?
for video.
I would
Yeah.
think so, but let's see. Now I'm sure there have been some here and there, but
So I think everybody should, putting aside
yeah,
all the
no,
trans
they've
bullshit
hit.
or all that, we should all thank Anna before moving on to criticize her to death.
Anna
But
is at
first we
what?
should thank her.
Anna is at 5,100. So okay,
Well, what? They get
she's
they're
here.
older video.
Yeah, so they have they have 20 videos in the past that did better, but yeah.
Oh, I mean,
And
they're very new.
yeah, and it's
But
on its way.
same
So
with
yeah,
but like everybody did a video about
Yeah.
this controversy. Like I almost expected CNN to. Okay, now we are going to discuss the Anna Kasparian. What is going on? Like I was so surprised, but everybody did it, and I was surprised though, man. It seems surprising amount of people are not sort of necessarily. A surprising amount of people were defending her. I thought she
I
would
mean,
have
I think you know her the issue. Like, I mean, I was
the
listening to
trans
what
issue,
Ashley
man.
was saying and like for like first time in a while, and I was agreeing with I think what she was saying around this part of the video. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but anyway, a lot of people,
Yeah.
Anna on the issue is almost no. I mean, everybody just wants her to leave TYT or like do something TYT just to laugh at it, just because it's like funny.
Yeah.
But or like or they hate her in general and they hate Jeng and the whole thing in general. But on this one issue, they're like, "We're with you, but hope something really bad happens to you."
I know.
Or except Ben Burgis,
But-
of course.
I'm not sure, man. Burgis may have in that 30 minutes said that we should like lynch Anna, but
Yes, no,
was so
no.
in the like, guys, if you look at it from a perspective of ethics, and I come from it a moral perspective, then I believe a rope should be going around her neck and going over a tree, and then that rope should be pulled by a bunch of people. So
Yeah.
is he saying we should kill her or not? Like, I'm not sure. But yeah, so but much more importantly, the content that probably brought the most eyes to itself was what Vanguard boys
Oh.
did with Adam and Stitch. Did you see that?
That was hilarious.
Well, I think we discussed it a little bit in our. It was the one we were at it. We were on it, but yeah.
No,
Or no?
I made. Wait. Hold on. Which one
Oh, you
is it?
do. That's.
Wait. No,
I'm.
hold on.
I included that, right?
No, you did.
All right.
No, you
At any
did
rate, while
include
you
it.
find
Maybe
it.
There we go.
Oh, here.
Okay, but hold on. There was one of. Oh yeah, they also
Yeah,
debate
that's
the
it.
Olemi. Well, no, they debate the Olemi stuff here too, right? They
That's-
debate Olemi and Anna.
That's exactly.
Oh, and
where
that's
we
when I called you in a very kind way a brown piece of shit. You brown boy.
I've been recently told I'm whiter than average, so please back off. No, but this was the Adam Stitch thing. I hadn't seen the thing fully last time. I believe we mentioned it or something. But then it was I don't know this Adam and Stitch, but I really like them now because finally somebody has stood up. And I have to say, you kind of mentioned this, and I kind of was very dismissive of you, that how racist basically these people are, like Olaimi and sometimes Vanguard boys. I don't think they really understand. So
no, they're just
just go with the flow.
Yeah.
They're just, this is what is nice. Okay,
no,
I
think
do that.
they actually not the opposite. I mean, I don't know. At some point, a few years ago, they took a few positions.
They're just
sticking to them.
But yeah, man, this part was amazing. So finally, Adam and Stitch. I mean, I agree that on the track. I mean, I generally am not a huge fan of TYT.
Do you think one example he brought? Do you think that was? So they talk about. He talks about. He's like,
give a context.
Yeah,
I think
they're talking.
First
they're debating. Of course, Gavin, I feel like, is the one who gets always heated on like this the trans thing too. So he's saying that there's in this case, this doctor asked a 6-year-old and a 13-year-old in front of their dad if they have gender issues, and what the hell. And then he's like, oh, well, I think, with your doctor, you can talk about all that Gavin is saying. Then Adam is like, well, what if the doctor was like, hey, do you like Jesus or all this? Like, do religious talk.
Yeah.
What then? And then he's like, wait, this is a medical thing. Although, I mean, that's a bit of perhaps something you can debate too. But if you accepted that it's a medical thing, then it's not a good comparison, right?
Yes, but it's not a.
That's the other question. Yeah, I went on Wikipedia for gender dysphoria and all this to just see a little bit what it is and all that. But
that's the thing, man. The Vanguard boys really don't understand science. Like, no, I'm not even like making fun of them.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, no, that's a scientific science is like about every issue. If you go science is like, I don't know, man. Somebody said this. Okay, don't ask me again. And then hangs up the phone immediately.
As you go from
so there is
across science,
I think a lot of,
but of course, especially in social sciences, but also parts of quote unquote natural sciences. Not all.
Pretty much, besides like the fact that sun is gonna come out tomorrow, everything else.
Or airplanes fly. Okay, that I don't know. Whatever the science is, that I believe.
Man, I still don't get how ships. What the fuck? How does the metal thingy float? I don't know. I don't want to know. Nobody, like, how does a metal thingy that is heavy, then you put it? Anyways, but
something about its weight and the air that's in it being the exact same weight that it moves from the water or something. It's so simple when someone knows these things.
It sounds
you don't
I'm
understand,
sorry, man.
but you don't understand. But they're like, yeah, it just has to be the same weight as this, and then yeah.
Well, that's fucking magic, isn't it? That's goddamn magic, and it should be banned. It should be banned. This is against God and nature. I tell you, right? But this is like we come back to this issue with Lex Friedman. Some people think they can talk everything out. There are such things as irreconcilable differences. The one
Don't
that
look
they
at
always
me.
use for divorce.
Yeah.
That's like when there are differences fundamental. If you think gender dysphoria is an actual problem, of course it's not a it should be a right to change your sex and stuff. But if you, like me, don't think you think it's an ideology sort of thing, then
Or
you
I
think
mean, it
at
can be a
least
mental,
until
yeah.
18.
Yeah, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah. Or you can say
Yeah,
like, yeah,
mental-
it's some kind of mental thing, in your head
But-
you're thinking this, like, sure.
I mean,
Like, but yeah.
sure, but that's okay. That's that's it. I mean, I'm not even a big fan of man depression, to be honest. I find those to be very wishy-washy categories, anyways. But this one is definitely a very tough one to. I mean, again, some people might disagree with me, but I'm just saying right now that if, like, your view depends on this fact, like if you you know what I mean, there is no middle ground here to be achieved. But moving on from the trans thing, what did you think of them? Because I think it's at this place where it's at hour 2:22 or something. Hour 2:22.
Oh, I can't remember.
I think I have it in a message. But what do you think of them calling out the racism of Olaimi? Because that's the part that
I mean, listen, I understand. I mean, of course, the differences of,
Oh, shall I? So
yeah, sure.
let me just put. They argue that forget about the whole trans issue. In the video that Olaimi and Leftist Mafia made, she calls Anna. She says, Anna, this is some white ladies shit. I mean, they put it. They have the quotes ready and all that. And this was the first time that Vanguard boys, I think, were faced with their own argument. It was like being, with their own weapon was used against them. So what do you say to the fact that she called Anna a white piece of shit? Like, she said this white lady needs to shut the fuck up. What do you say to that? And then Vanguard always were like, this is, in America, the race relations, the history of it, it's different.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, I mean, okay, of course, there's, I guess, the context of it, so how bad you think a certain thing is. But I think at the bare minimum, it is racism, right? She's like defining a lot of her behavior based on her quote unquote race. And she's also, of course, using it just like negatively, and I guess racism is always used negatively, but also like back to back and non-stop. That like, I mean, like any doubts that you have, you're like, okay, after the 56th time that you called her this white lady, that white lady in 2 minutes, I'm starting to,
she might not like white ladies.
It's not like once she says it and then she's like, well, of course by that I'm really referring to like this kind of, I mean, sure, I mean, blah, blah, blah.
It's not her though, man. It's not just her, man. You see it with so many like American commentators. Their brain is wrapped by this whole race. I think they all are racist in a sense. In a sense, they all believe in race, There's this black thing, and then there's this white thing, and then they're against each other. I don't know. I find it really weird. But I would say personally, no, man. I wouldn't say it's racist. But these are the same people that if you accidentally call somebody a he, somebody who looks like a he, but wants to be called a she, they gonna, oh my god, you misgender them, you're committing violence, you use the language that is offensive. But then they can go around and white this, white that, cracker this, cracker that. And again, like, I still don't think any of this fucking matters, but just the hypocrisy. I mean, it's just, It was so glad that finally somebody was like, so how about how about you guys calling everybody white this, white that?
No, for
I don't
sure.
know. It's just ridiculous, man. They truly, am I joking though? What do you think of my theory that all of them seem to kind of believe in race, or more percentage of commentators?
I mean, I think the thing is, if you would ask them that, right, they would very cleverly and all that bring it down to, ethnicity and like culture and this
Not
kind of
sure,
stuff.
man.
So I don't think they think in the sense of race that, your color has a biological
Man,
impact on your, like, brain and all this and the way you behave. They just, I think they'd be more on the cultural side. It's just that they go into the cultural side perhaps so much or lean into it that, yeah, I guess you start getting like suspicious. I don't know if making sense.
you get suspicious. You start getting bad. No, it's just, it reminded me of, do you remember, and this is a good segue, I guess, to Cornell West. When Cornell West announced, I found out Olaimi was on another sort of a group therapy session YouTube channel that not leftist mafia, but with other black like creators or whatever online. And there's like 6 black people, and this is like when Cornell was announced, but he was not part of the Green Party. And all 6 of them, their main criticism of Cornell West was that why so far you haven't talked to a black media person. I mean, by the way, they were using the N-word constantly. And they were like, why haven't you talked to any N-words yet? Why haven't you talked to any N-words yet? And it's like, don't really have any substantive criticism, do you? You're just like, well, like, this guy looks like me, with us, should be with us. I mean, he looks like us, I guess. This was really funny. Anyway, I really enjoyed the last hour of that Adam Stitch interview.
Yeah, no, that was fun. The Vanguard boys out there putting on a show. I wish them growth and prosperity, but yeah,
but you
even
didn't enjoy.
They're having a good 2 weeks. They've gained 400 here, but
I think we found a really like some mathematical situation. Like whenever it seems to be a sort of a reverse correlation between how TYT is doing and how Vanguard.
Yeah.
Whenever TYT is in trouble, Vanguard is just just you're
But
going
never
along.
forget that the crisis that they eventually hit. Like eventually there's a crash.
Yeah, they're gonna interview somebody, gonna get angry in the middle of the interview.
But
they're too funny.
yeah, I haven't this Cornell West stuff. I don't know what you have to say. I don't have much.
Did you see this? What do you think of some people arguing that he should run as a Democrat, including Bhaskar Sunkar, who's like
I didn't know that's
editor of
what
Jacobin and all.
The conversation was so boring. I don't know why. Did Briahna always talk like this, or does she now have like a slow?
No, I think she always talked. Oh, I was referring to the fact that she goes through the detail in minutia, and it gets you really bored and just want to suicidal. But her tone, I don't know.
But yeah. Okay, sorry. So yeah, what was your question? Should Cornell? Okay, all right. So Cornell is running Green Party, and should he have run Democrat? Well, I think if you accept that for sure he's not going to win as a Green Party candidate, which is for sure, and at the same time, when you say, oh, there's no reforming to be done in the Democratic Party, you can still say that, okay, if you go in Democratic Party, like go through them, you might have more fun in the primary, a few bigger parties, a few bigger scenes, here and there, and like if
hotter chicks or
quote unquote changing the conversation a bit more and all that. But
or hotter men.
The Green Party are holding primaries. Okay, I've heard that news stations around the world are bidding to. They all said they're gonna be there. They're all changing their schedules. Sending their best reporters.
As always, Saudi Arabia managed to get the coverage for Middle East, but Iran has said they're gonna hack their satellite channels and steal the coverage anyway, just like the World Cup. We don't care. We will see what happens to the Green Party. The Green Party actually at some point had a I think the mayor in LA was like some Iranian dude who was
Oh.
like a Green Party candidate or
No,
some
but the
shit.
Green
Or...
Party has had, I think, a few mayors.
Yeah, they had no.
like
They
that.
were like
Yeah.
in 2000s. They were
Two
much
bus
stronger.
drivers were married. Sorry, were Green.
I believe they married into a janitor, sort of janitorial position. They married into that. They married the right people, and then they managed to get. No, but I mean, the Green Party, but then again, like Democratic Party is shit too. And what I found hilarious, I don't know if it was in this video or the next one. There's this part where Bhaskar Sankara, I don't know how to pronounce it. He says that even the name green is it's, I feel like the name's green kind of reflects an insult towards the working people. I said, what are you talking? I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
No.
And by the way, like, I mean, who gives a shit at all? Though I feel like there is so much little traction this is getting. Like whether he runs as a Democrat or green, who gives, like, what's the difference?
Or
no. I don't know which hashtag he uses. That's what we're discussing. Like hashtag Democratic primary or hashtag Green primary.
No, I mean,
Jesus
the only
Christ.
thing, the only interesting thing to see, curious thing to see, is how RFK actually translates into. But again, I ask this question every now and then I look at the answer and then I forget. Will they have a primary at the end, or will RFK?
They have to legally.
They have to legally.
Yeah, and it seems like Biden, because of some legal, like, idiotic mishap or something, gonna miss the first 2 states. So I don't know if maybe actually RFK gonna win some, I guess, electoral not delegates or super delegates or something. I don't know, but so I don't know what the fuck is going on there. But
and then
I mean, the Democratic Party's incompetence is unparalleled, I must say. Like, we cover a lot of countries' politics, man, and genuinely, like, I've never seen a party this sort of incoherent. Like, they have I don't think they have a plan longer than 2 weeks.
Yeah, but they don't need to. That's their thing, so they don't need to.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah, they don't need to. But still, though, come on, just like who's the backup to Biden right now? Like, if he dies, seriously.
I was approached, but then I was it's like, it's a tough one. When is it again? July,
no.
20. It can't
November? No, it's too cold. That's time of the year. I don't travel outside.
Nina, and then they say Nina Turner is hitting.
Nina,
what's road? What camp? What is she? Where is she even hitting? There's nobody's on the road. There's nobody to campaign for. They're like, yeah, she's going back to. What is she?
Did she say? Did she say she's going back to? Let's go to her news. I guess that's the last one.
Something, or they said it. Maybe let me see.
News, and you heard it here first. We were about to get out of here, but our main.
Okay, here we go.
I'm going to tell my girlfriend I'm going to be late to picking her up from work. Let's go.
Yeah, shout out to you,
man,
for letting us know
like...
about that, Zachary. Really.
Oh, and now I'm going to take this fight for American lives back on the road.
I think she means she's gonna become homeless because she's gonna lose her. She's gonna, because she lost her job. I think after a couple of payments, they take the house back. So now she's gonna become homeless. That's what she's.
But what is she hitting the road for? Like Biden and stuff, or not?
Money. You go to people and you hold a sign. I used to be a state senator 5 years ago, but now Jane Kruger cheated me. And she's just like, this was, I love this because they're right, because they have the money, they can sustain a myth, like this bullshit myths of Andrew Tate or Tucker Carlson or whatever.
Those people are popular. With the left, no, but those people are popular.
They're not popular, but it's because of the money. It's not they're popular, then the money comes.
No, Andrew.
I think so.
No, I think Andrew.
I mean, Andrew Tate may be different, but Tucker Carlson for sure.
And at least when the money came, he stayed popular. Fine, money came for her.
Sure. No, but I mean, that's it with the left. The money came for her. You think?
But she's a big
I mean,
failure. Like, come on, like Brie is doing much
she's
better
a
than
huge.
her. Like, Brie, you
No,
can't.
she's a huge.
Brie,
Yeah.
Brie has now.
No, but my point was about myth making though.
Mm.
Like they can make Tucker Carlson a freedom fighting
sure,
warrior, which
yeah.
is complete bullshit. Yeah. But because they don't have money on the left, like they kept trying to make Turner happen as a, oh my God, these speeches she was giving. I think her speeches may have tied the turn in some state for Bernie. I think her presence. It's just you don't have the money or the media infrastructure to keep the bullshit going, you know.
No,
but
that's
with
such a good
Tucker
point.
or some. You know, it's just complete media creation by the left trying to make.
He tried so hard though. I've never seen them try so hard with someone suddenly. Like,
yeah.
Why?
She was a black woman.
Yeah. They just picked her. I don't know. Like, you. Okay. What?
Can you talk? Say a couple of sentences so we can make sure you can talk or something. It was
anything. Say anything.
And then poor people are good, you know, they deserve a chance. Oh, really? Thank you. Wow.
But hey,
Christ,
maybe the Vanguard boys will join her with their
van,
van,
I think they
say.
To be honest, at this point, Vanguard boys, if they still have the van, they can rent it out to her. She needs a place to sleep. I mean, she's married to a cop, so I'm sure she's fine. But you know, but I don't know what is. Do you think that should be a thing? Like if your wife like doesn't bring the money, her share, like the money that is needed for her food and her as a married man, do you think she should be like kicked out or something?
Kicked out? Why would you?
Until she brings in the dough, brings in her share. She needs to live on the streets until she brings in her share. As a feminist, I believe that's the way to go. That's a feminist position, right?
Yeah, I'm sure there's can be.
Can be.
But
yeah. So millions of viewers are basically sad because Nina Turner.
Yeah.
Nina no more.
Okay, Sam, let's continue. There's still plenty of more fun waiting for us. So what are we watching now?
So there was, I mean, I know you were watching it very closely. You were sort of live messaging me. The NATO summit was going on. I'm joking. Kamir didn't know about this like until before the show. So the NATO summit was going on, and I think I urged you, I guess, to play the first minute of this video because it's important.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky blasted President Biden and the other NATO leaders for failing to extend membership to his country, tweeting, quote, "We received signals that certain wording is being discussed without Ukraine, but would like to emphasize that this word fixing is about the invitation to become NATO members, not about Ukraine's membership."
Zelensky called the leaders' reluctance absurd, adding that it would prompt Russia to continue its, quote, terror. Here's what President Biden said after that decision in a meeting with Zelensky.
So, thank you for what you're doing.
So, basically, guys, drama. So Zelensky said that you should invite us to NATO, basically. Not a NATO membership, not an actual NATO member, but just invite us to the party, you know, just invite us, you know, it's really bad for us in the region. You know, looks bad if we're not invited. But, you know, like surprisingly, by the way, Erdogan, Turkey, and a lot of other friends, they were like, yeah, sure, let them invite them to the party. It's okay. But then America and Germany were like, no, let's like chill out, guys. You know, we like Ukraine, but you know, this is a private function. We don't want to like let anybody like we like him, but his level of like familiarity is not there yet. But you know, then Zelensky kind of lost it and was like when he found that they're not going to get a letter of invitation. He lost it, and then Biden was like, "Don't worry, our relationship with you is like our relationship with Israel. We fuck you secretly, but you know we just don't tell Congress about it." So don't worry about it. That was Biden's administration's response. in the UK, Ben Wallace, the foreign minister, finally showed some balls and said that maybe Ukraine should be a little more show a little more gratitude, and maybe they should say thank you. And I really enjoyed that. And then Zelensky kind of backed off after that. After that, he was like in a much more like constant. Oh, it was great. It was a great NATO gathering. I loved it. I did not feel snubbed at all. It was great.
So,
yeah, that was the gossip from the girls this week. And by the girls, I mean global governments. But go ahead. Sorry.
I see. No, nothing. So he ended up going at the end. So at the end, he was invited.
No, he goes to the NATO stuff, but his country is not invited to the NATO alliance.
Yeah.
He gets to go to NATO summits, he gets to hang out in the garden and all that. But when they serve the main meal, he's not allowed to come in. He gets to sit on the kids' table. No, he means to become like Ukraine, become the alliance, so to speak.
Is this the UK? Is this the UK guy?
Yeah. And I think he's like one of them better. Like he was one of those guys who didn't betray Boris. He didn't resign when all those assholes like Rishi Sunak did. And I don't know, the fact that I think he's bald also strikes me as he's a real man. He's not a pussy. He's bald, okay? So yeah, I really enjoyed him finally standing up to that prick Zelensky. I mean, not that. I mean, Zelensky is fucked, poor guy, but whatever. But Erdogan is doing another sort of a turn to the West. In this, they promised him they're gonna give him spare parts for his airplanes, and he said, "Okay, Sweden can come in. Sweden, come in. All right, so you are into the party." So Sweden, by managing to basically sell out the Kurdish people and a couple of spare parts for airplane, managed to sort of buy itself into the party. Yeah. And you see the UK and US call for more gratitude. Go to the first video we have, which is from France 24. Man, this is so funny though. This is after the NATO thing. Oh, go to this lady. Go to the Man, this lady is she's basically like a salesperson for like a specific arms manufacturer. Like if you watch the interview with her, like half of the discussion is, look, I have a list of products here. This is, I believe the Ukrainian Ministry's procurement department sent me this. And they need 3 tanks. And with these 3 tanks, look, these are good tanks, very good tanks. You know, they run for miles on very little petrol, They are very good. I promise you, sir. I promise you. You buy 2, tomorrow you come buy 2 another. It was unbelievable. She was literally doing like a gun arms sales pitch on like France 24. And then that Pierre is that his name? I forgot. Was that his name? I don't know. The host.
Oh, that
the
guy.
Host, yeah, he was. He kept trying to bring it back, but she was really focused on selling like arms, her arms. So that's nice. That was nice. But yeah, that was it, to be honest, on the NATO thing. So maybe we can now move on to Iran. I don't know if you heard that, but this is how Iran International reported it, which is basically enemy of Iranians. They reported it as Russia sides with UAE over Iran Persian Gulf Islands. But the story is that Lavrov basically came out with the Arab leaders after the GCC, which is like the
Gulf Cooperation Council. No,
it's anti-Iranian sort of alliance, basically. Like we hate Iran alliance, basically. They came out, and there are a lot of disputes over 3 islands in the Persian Gulf, and that is related to basically disputes over gas fields and oil fields over there, including the Arash gas field. There are many. But anyway, Russia came out and did the same fucking mistake that China did a year ago. Do you remember? They came out and they were like, we support peaceful resolution on these issues. And then Iran was like, what issues? There are no issues. These are our islands. What the fuck do you mean? There are no issues. If you say issues one more time. So the Russian ambassador has been called. There was like one protest somewhere. The people in parliament are like pulling their hair out. Why did he say this? It's, man, Jesus Christ. Like every time, like some other what issue, but there is no issue. I mean, it's like the exact same thing with Chinese, by the way. Chinese are the same with their islands in the Chinese Sea or Japanese Sea, whatever. And yeah, it was quite hilarious, man. The Iranian reaction is just amazing. It's just the overblown nature of it, especially with Russians. Like Iranian, I have to say, like not just Americans, but even Iranians, man, they have, I don't know what is this Russian hatred, but it's very deep-seated. You know, it just comes out at the first sign of like, okay, Russia is about to betray. Fuck you, I always hated you, mother. Okay, calm down. Maybe they won't betray us yet. It's like, calm the fuck down. Just chill out. They are like guests there. What do you want them to say? To say fuck you, UAE, I'm with Iran? What do you want them to say? Like, really?
But
so funny.
Yeah, so Iran has hit back, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah, they call it. Yeah, there was man, half of the parliament was like screaming, "This is the heart of Iran! How dare you!" Somebody, I think, had a heart attack in the parliament just talking about the issue. It was unbelievable. They are very, I mean, to be fair, I agree. I mean, again, I agree with them. I kind of, to be honest, I am much more aggressive than Islamic Republic. If it was up to me, like Bahrain, like all of Azerbaijan, Kuwait, all of this bullshit would be over. Okay, I mean, I'm just waiting for Americans to leave. But just you have to know know the timing and. And what? Like, this doesn't mean anything. Russia was there. They said, say this, please. And they were like, okay, we say this. Like, didn't mean anything. Chill the fuck out, everybody. God damn it.
I see. Interesting.
No, like, when Arab countries are like sort of replacing Iran as the oil exporter to China or Russia, nobody is losing its shit. But somebody mentions something about the island, and everybody loses their mind. Like, it's so weird, But yeah, this was a bit of fun from Iran. Also, Raisi, I don't know if you've heard, Raisi's traveling through Africa.
Oh, really?
He went to Uganda. Yeah, he's going to Zimbabwe, all that. But before finishing off geopolitics and moving on to our testosterone fueled, what's the correct field? Testosterone fueled segment about the boys. Let's talk about one of the actual, like, really bad boys, truly bad boys of politics, Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. Did you hear this story at all?
No, I don't think so.
Well, play the beginning then, and then I'll
see.
explain, I guess.
To acknowledge his 7th grandchild, Hunter Biden. The ladies of The View weighed in on President Biden's failure to acknowledge his 7th grandchild, Hunter Biden's child, out of wedlock, after columnist Maureen Dowd wrote an op-ed published in the New York Times about Biden's laissez-faire approach to Hunter's estranged daughter. Let's watch.
Laissez-faire,
that's the president's baby, so I don't know what you think, but I'm throwing it out there.
I agree with you completely. It shouldn't have been directed to Joe Biden. It should be directed to Hunter Biden. It's 5 children, not 4, Hunter, because this is not Joe Biden's baby, and I think it's very hard for Joe Biden to be a grandfather to the child if his son is not being a father. He can talk to his child, he can advise Hunter, but look, what is absolutely evident to me
he can't
is that the
at this
right
time.
wing and the MAGA world has decided to weaponize Hunter Biden against his dad.
I'm sort of split on this because I hate this for that child. You're not asked to be brought into the world. You're just it's just a circumstance, you know? And apparently this was more of a one-night stand. It wasn't like they had a relationship. He was in the throes of addiction when this woman became pregnant.
Man, I wouldn't want
wait.
to be those those ladies' grandkids. Like, they just
No, not at all. Not at
they're not my kids.
So let's see. What was the relationship between my son and your mother? How deep was it? Because frankly, if they were dating for less than a year, I'm not interested in being your grandmother. I'm really not. It's no man. And to be honest,
what did they say? I'm curious to know what did Robbie and Briahna say.
I tell you, but before that, I had a whole bit ready to defend Joe Biden, as in, come on, guys, he doesn't remember like how many grandchildren he has. Don't push. What do you mean, like talk to Biden and talk to Hunter and advise him? He's like barely can walk. You know, he's not there anymore. But then I realized he's written like a book or something recently, and he's dedicated it to his 6 grandchildren. And he didn't write that book or whatever it was, but like somebody. So I mean, it seems very mean-spirited, and Jesus Christ, I mean, that even if the mother is a gold digger and had the baby on as a sort of an anchor baby, whatever, like that baby didn't. He like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, Jesus. And they're rich, you know. If they were poor, you know what I mean? Like, anyways, but yeah, I think they agree with us pretty much. Yeah, Bree and Rob. Yeah, man, these people, I mean, they're in politics, so they work in politics. They don't even not like a commentator or anything. They're in it.
Yeah, no, but also the View ladies.
Oh, the View ladies? Oh, they're freak. No, they are
she in the beginning said, I throw it out. Like, I mean, I don't know what she was saying.
No, she wasn't talking about the baby. She was talking about the issue. And watch a bit later. Again, they show another clip from the View. Yeah, play it. I think you'll enjoy it.
Whoopi Goldberg blamed the media and called out Maureen Dowd for penning the piece. Let's take a look.
Maureen Dowd should find something else to write about.
Yeah, write about something else.
I'm sorry. You know, these things are, for me, when you start talking about people's families and what they're doing, I find it unnecessary. This is not anybody's business. Nobody needed to know about this. No. This is private. And I know people feel like you need to know everything. I'm sorry, you don't.
But another co-host of The View, Alyssa Farah-Griffin, wasn't prepared to let Biden off the hook.
I also have estrangement in my family. I can't
her
have a
from
birthday pass or a holiday that I don't think of the phone call I'm not receiving that day.
Because you're estranged from your dad.
I'm estranged from my father, and I can't pretend to know what's going on with the child, but I know that someday she will be old enough to read and hear the speeches where he says, my 6 grandchildren, and just leaves out that there's the 7th. If he could even just change that language to me, that would be enough, because I don't know what.
Yeah, but again, there's a chance maybe he doesn't know or he doesn't understand.
No, him, I understand, but when you dedicate a book, like people, you have, like, you could just tell people who are in his vicinity, just change that to, it seems on purpose at that point, if it's in writing. Yeah. But did you see there, she was like, I have an estrangement in my family, and then the host next to her was like, yeah, you're estranged from your dad, right? Like, she just wanted to say that. I would have said, I purposefully said it in a vague, I have an estrangement in my family, and you're like, making sure that everybody, it was so weird. So you hate so your dad, right? Your dad hated you.
No, man,
he beat you as a kid. They're horrible fucking monsters on The View. I mean, Norm Finkelstein warned us about Whoopi Goldberg, but like, I thought she's just a dumbass. She's just, what the fuck? Yeah, like, it's personal. I mean, again, it is personal, obviously, and who gives a shit? I'm sure there are 1,000 other grandparents who are shitty to their grandchildren. But it is weird to defend somebody when something like this comes up. You know, it's just, wow, that was so, wow. Biden, I must say, man, his coolness has gone down in my eye after this. Really, this is really bad, I feel.
I agree with you.
Or at least Biden team, not maybe Biden himself. Whatever.
Alrighty, Sam. So let's move on and continue with the show. So yeah, Lex Friedman. I guess you knew Lex Friedman from before, right? I had maybe heard his name because, like, you know, he also has a cool name, but I had never watched anything until past week.
I had seen clips with famous like I think Roger Penrose or that type of thing, but no, I was not familiar to this extent with the genius that is Lex Friedman. And again, ladies, be careful. This part of the show might be a bit too much.
Be careful.
And if you're a guy, if you're a guy, be careful because you might get testosterone overdose because you have some testosterone in you, and then you watch these guys. And so shall we start with Lex? And this was just like this interview basically is like making me very sympathetic to Netanyahu. Sort of like if he has to put up with this
there's
shit.
so much weird shit in this video to point out. Like I'll just keep myself to 3. I mean, the first one I said before, just Lex Friedman's tone is like the funniest. Yeah. Just before I play, I guess I'll make my first point, which is Lex Friedman's
all right.
tone.
What do you think can achieve peace in the war in Ukraine? Looking at another part of the world, if you consider the fight for peace in this part of the world, how can you apply that to that other part of the world between Russia and Ukraine now?
Cut to the biggest war criminal. So when you're considering peace in here, but now can you consider peace over there? So we could go there and steal some lands, I suppose, from Ukrainians. I guess that's
listen, if you didn't know that Netanyahu is a prime minister, you wouldn't pick up from this conversation because talking about connections, like he's just using the most random like words and ways to talk about stuff. I'm like, okay, what is he like a really connected rich guy? Like, yeah, his connections. They go
basically, yeah. Well, I mean, it gets better. It gets better.
You wouldn't think it's a government official, like it's like, yeah, some contacts,
Oh, we get
to check
my
old address book.
The contacts we get there, it's the best.
I sure hope so. You have contact with other state leaders.
The savage horror of history and one of the great tragedies that is occurring. And let me say in advance that if I have any opportunity to use my contacts to help bring about an end to this tragedy, I'll do so. I know both leaders, but I don't just jump in and assume. If there's be a desire at a certain point, because
go up.
Let's watch. Created the possibility of helping stop this carnage, then I'll do it. And that's why I choose my words carefully, because I think that may be the best thing that I could do. Look, I think what you see in Ukraine is what happens if you have territorial designs on a territory by a country that has nuclear weapons. And that,
what do you mean?
To me, you see the change in the equation. Now, I think that people are loath to use nuclear weapons, and I'm not sure that I would think that the Russian side would use them with happy abandon. I don't think that's the question. But you see how the whole configuration changes when that happens. So you have to be very careful on how you resolve this conflict, so it doesn't it doesn't go off the rails, so to speak. That's, by the way, the corollary is here. We don't want Iran, which is an aggressive force.
Ding, 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 ding.
Just aggressive
Give him his prize.
First the Muslim world, and then eliminating Israel, and then becoming a global force. Having nuclear weapons, it's totally different when they don't have it than when they do have it. And that's why one of my main goals has been to prevent Iran from having the means to
how do we get here?
Of mass destruction.
That's too funny, man. It's like you're standing at a party
and like... go to second comment on the video. I think it's still the second comment. Just read. Yeah. I'm amazed how he can bring literally everything back to Iran. It's like, this motherfucker, man, you're talking to him. So what do you think of this new movie? Well, when I was plotting our protection against Iran, I was just, I thought I watched this movie and it reminded me of how much I hate Iran. And it's just
Seriously.
he's just obsessed. He loves Iran more than I do. So, but now I think we get to the just highlight of the video at the end. I think it's just amazing. Well, what are you looking for, by the way?
Nothing. Continue.
Oh yeah, now from this point on, I think the hilarity is just
increases.
Yeah, out of
bombs, which they openly say will be used against us, and you can understand that. How to bring about an end to Ukraine? I have my ideas. I don't think it's worthwhile discussing them now because they might be required later on.
Do you believe in the power of conversation? Since you have contacts with Volodymyr Zelensky and Vladimir Putin, just leaders sitting in a room and discussing how the end of war can be brought about.
I think it's a combination of that.
That's like I swear that's how you talk to, like, I don't know, like if like you're trying to hook up with somebody and you're trying to, you're sweet talking at the end, like about their job, and it's like, you're so good at this, don't you think you could just do this?
I'm pretty sure.
Does he make a move or not? Have you watched the full video?
We go to the full video. Yeah, I watched the full. No, he does. Sadly, he doesn't make a move. But man, this is exactly what your vice principal tells you. Like when you have a schoolyard fight or something. That have you thought about the power of conversation? Power of what the fuck are you talking about? Billions of dollars are at stake. And then, man, just the ego of two leaders. Maybe if we could bring them together. Maybe we do a sort of a, we trick them. We invite them both, but we don't tell them that the other one is coming. And then we we put fake walls inside the house, and we have leaders of two different sides, but slowly we bring Putin in or so. It's just, this is ridiculous. It's just which one?
No, I'm saying you wanted to almost say that all of what you were saying.
Oh yeah.
If you would have just spoken longer.
What you thought? Maybe
plus a hidden camera, maybe. What?
Yeah, for the kiss. We need a kiss camera, like the one in basketball and stuff in the stadiums. Like, for when Putin and Zelensky finally, put their egos aside. They do. You know what they should do? Oh yeah, Lex is a friend with Joe Rogan. They should get them all together, do one of those ego deaths with mushrooms or LSDs, and then they can bring peace to Russia and Ukraine. I'm sure that's what it takes. But play more of the video because it gets better.
But I think it's the question of interest and whether you have to get both sides to a point where they think that
Netanyahu doesn't know what the fuck to say to this.
He's like, I don't think what should I right now.
What part of this is just basic human ego, stubbornness, all of this between leaders? Which is why I bring up the power of conversation.
He's not letting go.
Of sitting in a room, realizing we're human beings, and then there's a history that connects Ukraine and Russia.
Yeah, I don't think they're in a position to enter a room right now, realistically. You can posit that it would be good if that could happen, but entering the room is sometimes more complicated than what happens in the room, and there's a lot of pre-negotiation on the negotiation. Then you negotiate endlessly on the negotiation. They're not even there.
Man, I actually felt bad for Netanyahu. 50 years doing this, he's never had this kind of interview or practice. He's like, what the fuck is that?
What is this? What, is he joking? What is this? Eat, pray, love? I don't know. Power of conversation. No, I love the second time. He's like, you see, the thing is though, he's got similar to Steven Seagal, the so-called movie actor.
Yeah.
He talks. What if we bring? That's why I brought the power of conversation. And Netanyahu is like, no, look, man, I told you no.
No, but listen, let me say something positive about Lex Friedman. At least he didn't fall whatever Netanyahu, managed to bring in nuclear talks and Iran. He was okay, let's go. And then this guy, instead of asking a follow-up question like, about Iran or nuclear, all that,
Oh, right, yeah.
So yeah, how about the two of us plus
Plus Zelensky and Putin. We go camping tonight. We sort out Ukraine. We go camping. The heat. Through the heat, we have to stay close. Zelensky will have to hug Putin. This will bring them together.
Getting ready. He was about to pull out his painting of the bomb. He was about to get that, and he gets hit by a second. He's like,
okay.
Yes.
Look.
Okay, yeah. What are you saying?
Lex, I was kind of. I had a painting here. I was going to talk about. You want to talk about power of conversation? I see. Do you think, man? I swear to God, there is an uncut version of this interview in which Lex Friedman goes on to say, "What if we do a Freaky Friday situation? We bring in a shaman and they swap their bodies for a Friday. And Putin has to be the president of Ukraine and Zelensky has to be president of Russia. And then that way they understand they're in each other's shoes." I mean, these people genuinely don't understand geopolitics. Like the fact that millions
or maybe understands life. I mean, with these kind of views. I think
they understand life. Yeah, exactly. Maybe they understand it too good and they're pretending. Yeah. I don't think so, but now go to I send the link to the full video as well, and I think you have it. I just want to show you a couple of things from the full interview, which really were amazing. Yeah, here.
No, this is 2 minutes.
Oh, this is the RFK one next to it, after it.
There we go.
Oh, here. Man, just go through the video where you can see the timestamp titles. Yeah. I love the fact that go further. AI. Man, there is this segment about AI where Netanyahu has talked to Elon Musk and Sam Altman, and then they're all discussing how AI is going to become a danger, and he's like, they are very smart people. I don't pretend to understand everything they say, but it's good. But look at that AI part, and then there is a part about Palestine, which is called peace later on.
Yeah.
The AI part and the peace part in an interview with the Prime Minister of Israel in like a week after they attacked like a refugee camp. They took like the bath at the same time. Like they took a bath the same. We talked 20 minutes about AI. Also, we talked 20 minutes about the 100-year conflict and the potential genocide going on there. It's just, and by the way, I don't think he brought up the whole refugee camp at all or pushed back on the whole. He says that the usual Israeli things. It was hilarious. It was just, I mean, it was mostly Netanyahu talking though. Oh, like overwhelmingly Netanyahu talking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that guy just asked this sweet question.
Yeah, like, what do you think if there was a butterfly in charge of the world instead of men, and maybe butterflies, colorfuls?
Sorry, so I haven't seen this. So, boy RFK talks about TRT. He's on TRT.
I don't know if he. I didn't. I have to say I didn't watch this. But I did think it's gonna be funny, so let's watch it together.
Let me watch.
I think it's 2 minutes.
Unpack it for you. Unpack it.
All right, I have to ask.
This is your expertise.
Great shape. Can you go through your diet and exercise routine?
I do intermittent fasting, so I eat between noon. I start my first meal at around noon, and then I try to stop eating at 6 or 7. And then
I'm reversed.
I hike every day.
Morning, evening.
In the morning, I go to a meeting first thing in the morning, 12-7 meeting, and then I go hike and I hike uphill for a mile and a half up and a mile and a half down with my dogs, and I do my meditations. And then I go to the gym, and I go to the gym for 35 minutes. I do a short time. I've been exercising for 50 years. And what I found is it's sustainable if I do just a short periods. And I do 4 different routines at the gym. And I never relax at the gym. I go in there and I have a very intense exercise. And I lift, I could tell you what my routine is, but I do I do backs one day, chest one day, legs, and then a miscellaneous, and I do 12. My first set of everything is I try to reach failure at 12 reps, and then my fourth set of everything is a strip set. I take a lot of vitamins. I can't even list them to you here because I couldn't even remember them all, but I take a ton of vitamins and nutrients.
That's reassuring.
I'm on an anti-aging protocol from my doctor that includes testosterone replacement, and but I don't take any steroids. I don't take any anabolic steroids or anything like that. And the DRT I use is bioidentical to what my body produced.
What are your thoughts on hormone therapy in general?
I talk to a lot of doctors about that stuff, because I'm interested in health. And, I've heard really good things about it, but I don't know. I'm definitely not an expert on it.
Okay, so two things. One, I really like what he said about working out. I mean, okay, that on top of walking up the hill, that's not short. But he's right. I mean, I like that what he says. I mean, I make that mistake a lot of the time too, where like you just go crazy at the gym a few times, then you get exhausted and you don't go again. So he's just like, he just does 35 minutes, which is a decent point. And then, man, if I get older and I get on TRT, right, like let's say in 20 years, are you gonna make fun of me, or is that?
No. I was gonna ask you right now. Actually, I'm thinking TRT is the testosterone thing, right?
Yeah, but I think too young. I think I would guess it's better.
I was thinking
I would assume above 50 at least.
Yeah, I thought it's above actually 30 or something. I thought because
not that it's bad, but perhaps even like you might have to take a lot, I guess, maybe to now do an effect, or maybe it will. Maybe it slow down natural production, or I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I had no idea, but the thing is, I asked my doctor and to write me a full sort of testing thing. I'm gonna do the full on sort of they attach stuff to your body and you run, and
nice.
heart, and then I want to do the like based on that maybe, because man, I've been doing what he says. I mean, you can testify at least for 5 years and nothing. For the last 5 years, I've been hiking almost every day. I've been like swimming every other day, sauna. I guess I don't do weightlifting. That's the key, right?
I mean, to get bigger,
Not just, I don't even care about that. I just want to get lean, man. And it doesn't even...
His intermittent fasting, though,
I've done that for what? 12. How many years now?
No, but 10? Fair enough. Jesus. Not eating until 12 is not that hard. I mean, I often, don't eat until like lunch, or sometimes I eat a little. Yeah, I do eat a little sometimes. But he starts early, 6 or 7, his last meal.
He's... I do the reverse because it's easier. I basically don't eat until like 8 or something, and then I'm free after.
But
but then I wake up at like 9, 10. I don't wake up at 6. So that's
I wonder what time he wakes. You should have mentioned what time he wakes up. But
I think he said he wakes up at 6 or something.
But TRT,
I don't know.
I mean, TRT is really, to me from outside, it seems like the best kind of thing out of all these things.
Do you know what's hormone therapy?
Some are useless, right? And some are, of course, so effective that they're dangerous, really, like things, Different. But I don't know what the hormone thing is. He didn't know either.
Okay, all right. But by the way, I really still
that's
don't get
something
it.
Probably Joe Rogan is obsessed with. Sorry, go
ahead.
Sorry.
I assumed. That's why Alex brought it up. What is steroids? If you do steroids, right, it increases your energy to do more exercise. Is that it?
No, first, no.
Basically, it's a fuel. That's the only effect it has. Like that's why they all look.
Not at all. Not at all whatsoever.
It also like makes it bigger, the muscles actually.
If you take those kind of steroids, there are all kinds of steroids.
Oh, there is like dangerous
steroids. No, steroids is just like it's like a class of thing,
Yeah, sure. No, but I thought it's just like a fuel, sort of like a energy drink, but much stronger or something. But
No, not
it's
at all.
also okay. All right.
All kinds of impact. The big steroids, but like the ones that bodybuilder steroids take, like yeah, those you just like your muscles get much bigger. They absorb much more, I guess, nutrients and everything, and then a bunch of other impacts on you. You know, like it almost changes your bone facial structure. I mean, if you look after after
I mean,
a while.
that's testosterone does that too as well, apparently.
Yeah, but you know, even like, but you know, cyclists do steroids. I mean, you know, they do especially the blood thing. I mean, all kinds of athletes do it.
That's pretty cool, man. What is it? They take your blood out when you're at your height, and then they put it back in.
Yeah, like,
it's so weird. Yeah, it's so weird.
Again? Fuck, I forgot.
Is it named after what's his name? The guy. What was the guy? The
Lance
American
Armstrong.
guy. Yeah, the Armstrong.
Blood doping.
maneuver.
No.
Blood doping.
No.
Okay. But man, did you see Google RFK picture with Ice Cube? Did you see this? His picture with Ice Cube? Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. With Dennis Cruz. Man, look at him. He looks like a cartoon character. He looks like
Ice Cube is tiny then, because Kusenik is a small guy.
Kusenik is a small, but but I think Ice Cube is not a tall man. But no, look at his arm. Look at his forearm.
No,
Just look at his forearm.
Yeah, I know he looks huge.
So
but
weird.
Wait, I'm not. There's something. Yeah.
It's so weird, right? I don't know, man. He doesn't look like a natural human body. It just feels too bloated. I don't know. It's just. What are you looking for? He's like more arm pictures, or?
Oh, I guess he's pretty tall. I don't know.
He's very tall, sure, but the
I guess he's like Larry's height.
Larry Sanders? Yeah.
Larry David.
Oh, Larry.
Because I thought it was kind of small guy. I thought it was shorter.
No.
Holy shit! He's okay. So, oh my god, he must be huge then. If he's 6'2" and that jacked.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's 6.2. Jesus,
and
yeah,
jacked.
he must be. But it's still, man. I know a couple of people who are like they're basketball players though.
No,
so
okay,
different, I suppose. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, but
but
his arm in that picture looks so weird, man. Maybe it's because of the dress as well. But the width doesn't look natural. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't look proportional to the rest of the body. But it's just a bit.
I would skip the vitamins and all that. I would just go straight to the TRT.
Yeah, why? I told you I used to for online pharmacy, which we were only allowed to sell supplements, because in Iran at the time you weren't allowed to sell like prescription pills or even OTCs online. And the research, like we looked at, and there is, besides pretty much omega oils, which I often take, there is like nothing to support most of the vitamin pills. It was unbelievable to me. Some people were saying it might even cause liver problems in the long term.
Yeah, too much.
Thing. Yeah,
I don't like nutrition in general, and like the ability to engineer people's like nutrition and all that. I would say like those things, science is quite relatively weak, I would say, in those.
It's because very hard to run human experiments as well. It's almost controlled human. But do you take anything? I only take omega and sometimes biotin.
I should, but I don't think like even like one vitamin pill or anything.
The omega thing is really, it's just fish oil, man. But I don't know. You are vegan, so actually you should take it, because like me, you don't eat a lot of fish, so.
But I get it from other places or sources.
Like what? You have walnuts every day.
I don't know where, but the things come. I don't worry about diet too much.
Omega is only in fish and walnuts.
It works. I don't know. The body produces it.
Well, in 20 years, when you are in the middle of training your son in the ways of football, and you suddenly went,
they don't take the omega. No, I haven't done a blood test in a long time.
Oh man,
like 5 years.
By the way, in Iran, like everybody does like
the last time I did it was in
year.
Iran.
Yeah, that's the thing in Iran.
Fetish for checking that, like, okay, what? I don't want to get my
Am
blood
I okay?
checked.
Tell me I'm okay, please, doctor. No, I need to go do a checkup. I haven't done it in like 5 years,
It's
man.
like going
So
to the
I think
barber.
yeah, it's so annoying though. You have to, man. You know, I haven't gone to barbers for a long time now, and it's just you get used to it, and now it's just such a like I don't want to leave the house. Anyways,
But yeah,
so
yeah,
the other
here now.
boys, yeah. So
Man,
what do
did
you
you
think
hear
of
the views that Tucker Carlson and Andrew Tate have done? Like Tucker Carlson's Andrew Tate video.
So before diving into it, Tucker Carlson and Andrew Tate had a manly discussion on Twitter where truth cannot be silenced unless if the truth is against Elon Musk, in which case it will be fucking silenced. So they had that discussion, and my takeaway was that it got what freaks they are. But you were more. What were the views were high or low or what was it?
High, like 40 million views already.
Jesus, really? That's almost half as good as Skibidi toilets.
Yeah, and that's
Skibidi toilets in 2 days got probably twice that. Yeah, I mean, did you listen to any of it?
Just the clip that they showed on the Rising.
Welcome to the channel.
Yeah, this guy uploaded the full interview. I don't know if that was allowed, but I listened to some parts of it here.
Yeah, because otherwise it's on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
But how do you watch a long video like that? I've never done it.
I assume it's the same as the short video. It's
Fuck,
just not
70 million views. Oh, and I'm, did they count them properly?
Do I need to support?
Not really, no. Like I mean, what do you mean by properly? Like each company has a different rule. Like if
like
you
YouTube,
watch
I believe it's
seconds,
views. Yeah, exactly. Like YouTube, like yeah.
Do you? Even YouTube is probably 20% like
well,
bullshit.
it tells you the average of how long people watched it, though.
Sure, I think Twitter numbers are famous.
This I wouldn't trust at all. Yeah.
Yeah, but let's say it's still I don't know, probably 50 million views, if not 70. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, he went and saw them. He went to Romania.
Yeah, they are in Romania, and I never had a problem with the police. I never had a problem with the police. Why is he talk like that? Why is he his mouth is like very tense? It's like his mouth is doing a workout.
No, it's because it's the style of being very articulate and like very articulate and really pronouncing what it is that you're saying.
Reminds me of
water.
Do you remember?
Do you remember? Drink water all day. Like that's like one of his things. Like it's too fun.
Drink water.
No, but this
don't be with a dishonest woman.
I always drink water everywhere I'm drinking water. What? This one is too funny.
If you offer a woman of water, but they refuse, they're a dishonest woman. Cheater. He's so weird, man. But he's. It reminds me of. Do you remember his Friends?
In fact, I'm gonna have to film 2 today. A fact which has annoyed me for a very long time. 30, 40 a day. I'm 1,000 cans a month. All I do is drink these. I must drink 30, 40 a day. I'm never without them near me.
Can of water?
Ice cold sparkling water all the time. I'm always drinking water. It's all I do. It's next to my bed. I drink as soon as I wake up. I drink before I go to sleep. When I'm working, I have water next to me. All I do is drink water.
He knows taps exist.
You're going to see the same thing.
He's drinking
sparkling water. Hang out with a bunch of guys
water.
to see someone with water.
Oh, sorry.
I don't.
My apologies.
I love literally like. I mean,
this is like
soon they're
man,
literally gonna say,
that,
I breathe every day. I wake up and breathe.
I take a shit, man. Look, sitting on a toilet. I'm taking a shit right now, 2 times a day.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. No, but it reminded me of that. You remember Friends when Joey was with Gary Oldman was in the movie in one episode, and they were doing Oscar acting, and Gary Oldman was like, "Look, the trick to get like nominated for Oscar is to spit while you talk.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He talks just like that. So I tell them to not be with a dishonest one, and that's apparently that's they genderify it. I said don't be with a dishonest person, and they gendered it. It's so weird, man. It's just. And did you see the part about Tucker Carlson not watching movies?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I don't watch movies.
I'm dyslexic. I have the proof here. I'm dyslexic. Like, I'm not sure if it's even real thing, but there's nothing in dyslexia that prevents you from watching movies and getting. He says it's too painful. I'm not gonna. Please explain that, Tucker. That just sounds fascinating. These are genuine freaks of nature. Like. I don't think I've ever seen.
So funny. He's like the opposite of what he is. He's like straight up, like in your face, acts contradictory to kind of who he is. Like he's appealing to, like, I guess, I don't know, white collar America or something, or I don't know what. But if you look at it from far here without talking, you would think he's some like Democrat prep rich boy, which I guess. He kind of is, maybe, but he doesn't hide it, like,
Well, no, he's a very, very, very bad actor, and he couldn't make it in Hollywood, so he had to use his deep state connections. His family is highly connected to the state, so to get this job. And you're right, he's terrible at it.
Like he looks like
fucking shoes.
Yeah, I know he looks like exactly. Like,
those are the slippers they give you in like Eton. It's like what is.
No, he looks just like a rich kid, like who's about to go get like on the boat, like for a few hours in the afternoon.
He's about to go on a boat with William F. Buckley and get fucked in the ass by him, most likely. But you can't defame the dead, can you?
But well, we should have, I guess, talked about this when we talked about RFK working out.
Oh yeah, and this is just, man, the boys are. They say the boys are Nazis if they work out, and Elon Musk was standing up for the boys.
Oh,
did you see
this?
So
what
annoying
do you think? In it, I mean,
I
agree with Robbie a lot. He's like, I mean, they're just talking nonsense. Like, what are we even talking about?
No, there are 3 people on Twitter who work out and also are Nazis. So there is a correlation now between.
No, pathetic.
But I have to say, whenever I do push-ups, it does come to my mind that let's gas those Jews. Like, I'm doing push-ups. Fuck are you, like, this complete nonsense. I mean, there is a trend. Don't you think the right-wingers idolize the masculine body more?
Perhaps they claim, but not really even. Not really. I mean, if you look at them a lot of time, they're just like out of shape or something. I mean, I think if you like to broke it, you want to calculate it around, I don't think you would honestly see that trend.
Have you seen Donald Trump's body?
Exactly. Case in point.
It's or Boris Johnson.
Boris runs. No interview here. Not here.
No,
London.
No, not here. London only. Family. Family dog. Now. Oh man.
But yeah, that's what I think. I don't know about you.
But no, I agree. I just thought I'd bring up. There is a cultural thing that, like, fascist or authoritarian writers, blah blah blah, associated, like, manly, good physical body with a good.
Unfortunately, it's not even true.
Sadly,
none of these stereotypes.
None of them. Sadly, the word is. Yeah, I would say. I mean. There is a truth to the fact that I guess I've seen this. I think that's true, that if you're really pretty, you tend to be a stupid, man or woman. I think there is a.
What are you trying to say about me here?
I'm trying to say you're a very pretty boy. Let's just move on.
No, even that's not true. Unfortunately, none of these.
No, I mean, just in my experience, that's the only thing.
Plenty stupid. I mean,
sure. No, but I think it's just there is a type of
these are all stereotypes.
Bimbos exist. I swear to God, bimbos exist. They do though. I don't know. They exist in a very
unfortunately right-wingers are not better in shape, and ugly people are not as smart.
If you're ugly, you have to. Yes, you have to.
That's a different statement.
But talking of smart and stupid
but not
people,
least, Briahna ruined this alien story. I couldn't believe it because she was all about
why do you watch the Briahna Robbie part? Don't watch their parts.
I didn't know that.
Man, they ruin. I mean, Robbie is okay.
Yeah.
I try to I just keep to the things, to the clips that are from like mainstream
they
media.
Play 20 seconds of a clip, but
and what did Briahna do to upset you?
Hold on, this is the clip.
I don't want to send the Pentagon another red cent because that's what they're after. They see the public opinion, people like legitimate media like yourself are covering it. They're gonna smell dollars. And and honestly, the Pentagon loses over $1 billion a year in their audits, and we don't have the guts to do anything about it. We don't need to study it anymore. Just release the files. Just release the unredacted files.
Burchett also spoke to News Nation's Dan Abrams last night, where he alleged the Department of Defense is attempting to
down all the details, but of course, we have the Pentagon pushing against us, calling some of our witnesses, telling them, don't go testify before this committee. If we have to, we'll use the power of subpoena. We'll bring them in there and make them tell the truth, because this thing has been covered up. It is ridiculous. The Pentagon needs to come forth with the truth finally, and let's put this. Let's move on to another issue. But until then, I think we need to find out what's going on.
Latest polling shows that plenty of people
I was
think
looking
the
for
government
something. I couldn't find it. Because the part where he talks about like military spending and
he said the check. He said you played it. He said, I smell money and I don't want to get.
No, yeah, but the part they lose money and all this, and I'm like, or they're costing this anyway. Never mind. But yeah, and then Briahna, all she talks about is like obsessed on like but he's making
Star Trek.
A point. No, I'd rather the Star Trek stuff. Of course, like she has to bring that up. But to say that how she must likes this stuff, but no, she's really fixated on the auditing part of our military.
Oh, okay. She's ruining aliens now with real economic issue. This is bullshit. No, I mean, but I like that. That guy seems pissed off. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, sorry, go ahead.
Go on, part. No, we're on that topic. So.
No, I was just gonna say, Army's one thing where I wouldn't care about the cost. I'm like, okay, if we need it, we pay for it. If not, I don't want to die because they're trying to save some costs or something. So just talking about the money of the Army is funny. I mean, of course, the U.S. has too much spending because it's unnecessary. But yeah,
that is not just U.S. That is I don't even count Europeans as a real nation. They are under umbrella of U.S. protection. Any major nation, that's where government steals the money, the army, because they tell people you're gonna die, you're gonna die.
No, exactly. So I wouldn't base it on how much it costs. I'll just be like, whatever's needed in reality. Yeah, that's good.
Well, that's I guess that was the point she was bringing up about because they don't let military be audited. So you never know what is actually needed and what is they made up.
Yeah, that's true. Fair enough. That's true.
So I had to defend Brie, I feel.
She ruined it. We didn't even talk about it. Because
we didn't talk about the fun part.
But there's no alien or UFO to talk about. It's some senator saying he wants to bring them, and and there's some weird video. Just when you talk about UFOs, you can just play any video. Sam, I love to talk about UFOs. And
can you put?
I'll just put
some family videos. Football is mad. This is all copyrighted, no?
True. 1 second, but Sam, here you go. Alien.
Yeah. No, but I love this guy. His eyes is on the money. Did you see? Yeah, they're gonna find. Look, this is this bullshit or not? I need to know. Are the aliens are here or not? I need to know. I've been elected by the proud people of a New Jerusalem in Texas or wherever the fuck I come from, and we need to find this out. Were aliens fucked with our anuses or not? We need to know. Like, I like this guy. He's always on the money. But did they talk about the whole
shot? What is this video that they're showing?
satellite? Like I feel like it's satellite or something.
It's like, what's going?
Yeah, it could be it could be a Yemeni child getting blown up, but
yeah, no, apparently it's a spaceship, which is so slow. And these guys, of course, never. Man, they need to get more creative. You know, I want somebody to show me something different, like maybe a car. I don't know. Alien came here and now they got a car to get around. I don't know. Or would they always fly?
Yeah,
around?
or I mean, considering that they come from different planets, I would assume.
No, but once they're here, maybe, you know.
Oh, once they're here, they get a Chevrolet. Yeah, you're right.
It's just easier every time having to, you know, park it up there somewhere. Get out. They get a little bike.
Enough, you're right. Yeah, it attracts attention. What was I thinking was sorry. What the title though is very intriguing. Can turn us into charcoal barbecues.
Yeah.
Is that barbecue or briskets or what is it?
Briquettes.
Briquettes. Oh, wow. So did he say that? Who said that?
Yeah, I think one of them. I mean, they're just. I can't.
Are you worried?
No.
No.
These aliens are too funny.
Man,
have they tried the cuisine though? At least I wonder. I mean, they come here and they just like hang around.
They're interested in the anuses. They're mainly interested in the anus, not so much in the cuisine. No, I mean it's just as always though. Iran could be capitalizing on this tourism opportunity, but as always, because of Islamic Republic laws, apparently aliens they wanted to come to Iran originally before going to America Midwest. They wanted to come to Iran, but Iran insisted on hijab, so they were like, okay, we're gonna go to Midwest.
The visa was a bit slow. Like, okay. US gave him a 10-year visa.
Yeah, US green card immediately for like minority alien race. Yeah.
But anyway, very off topic. Just before we leave, the US is really funny. To some people, it's very hard to give to visa. It doesn't give a visa at some countries, like fair. But then to other ones, it loves to give this 10-year visa. I don't know how they have. It's just like, okay, you know what? Yeah,
money
visa.
It's that one is called the money visa, I believe. Yeah.
No, to some nationalities they give it very easily, like long-term visas.
Yeah, but some nationalities, man, American visa for some nationalities, like UK, British, stuff should get visa, but that's bullshit. Like right now, if you're Ukrainian, you probably can get a 30-year visa or something. Like basically immediate green card.
But like,
oh yeah, Indian visa to US is very easy because of they want to steal their doctors. So. I mean, they openly say that they're stealing doctors from India and Nigeria and Iran to an extent. Yeah.
But
by the way, I love that liberals and like leftists were like, no, we need to be for immigration because, you know, our countries, you know, there are a lot of doctors working in NHS. We need doctors. We need foreign doctors. As if, you know, those foreign countries, the people there, they don't need doctors or anything. It's just, we need the best doctors in the world. And, you know, those poor people can come up with a collective community or something. And I'm sure it's like, you motherfuckers. Like,
true. Can you? Yeah, true. I guess they'll be like,
you find out even when they're pro like immigration and like anti-racism, there is some fucking bullshit like reason behind it. Anyway,
but okay, all right, let's wrap up this show.
I feel like I need to go work out now and do some TRT, or how can I get some natural TRT if I just go bite cow's bull's balls?
No, I mean, I think you're still in the age where you're producing, you know, the right amount of testosterone.
Oh, so. But I want to get some extra. Where do I get some extra? If I bite a dog's balls or something?
How do you say the Farsi in Iran? How do you say the TRT?
Testosterone is testosterone, but What is TRT stand for?
Testosterone replacement therapy.
Oh, okay. Well, something boring then. Nothing fun.
Yeah, in English, like TRT, like I mean,
I genuinely the first time I heard it, I thought it's like some new exercise, like TRX.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
like some, new thing. That's what I. But
okay.
Yeah, man. But I'm the testosterone thing. I'm gonna get it somehow. I don't know how, and I hope the ladies enjoy our testosterone fuel show.
I support you. But okay, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you.